sports. He's a competitor. He wanted to play football. He didn't want to sit on the bench. And so,
Right.
I respect that.
In some ways, though, that's a cautionary tale, though, as far as I'm concerned.
Right, that's the other way to look at it is,
hang in there, man.
Right, and you can't argue with the fact that they made the right call with Stanzi. Rick Stanzi's gone on to be 17-3
No, you cannot argue with that fact. But all I'm saying is that what you can't do is predict when somebody's going to get hurt. Okay, it's not about if this kid's going to get kicked out of the game. It's about if he's going to have some tweak on his ankle, and it's going to kick him out. And then we need,
Yeah.
All right. That aside. The kid, if you're watching, you're our guy. We love you. You are our guy.
That's right, James.
We
Vandenberg.
are behind you 100%, Johnny. Let's get a lowdown on this kid because he's
what?
our guy now.
This kid
he's
was
our
the
star.
most prolific passer in the state of Iowa high school football history.
And just for 1 second, state of Iowa, everybody. State of Iowa. He's a homegrown kid, and we love that. All right.
You talk about this kid has an opportunity to step into Columbus, Ohio, and be a hero and win one of the greatest games in Hawkeye football history to go to the Rose Bowl. And you know what? I'll tell you something. You give this kid a week of practice, you give our coaching staff a chance to scheme and plan for what does this kid do well, where's the comfort level. Doggone it, I'm going to tell you what, as down as I am about this, I am not going to concede this Ohio State game.
Absolutely not.
You know what? I tell you what, I think Vandenberg has some strengths. Maybe, I'm not sure the timing or the touch is going to be there on deep balls.
I'm saying going in cold. First game of the season. Listen to what I'm saying. Forget everything. Forget that this is the whatever game it is, 10th, 11th game of the season, doesn't matter. I'm saying this. You go to that Hawkeye squad in June, and you say, you got one game on Friday. You win it, you go to the Rose Bowl. Boom, we're putting you up against whoever. Yeah. Doesn't matter. That's the situation that we have, realistically, this weekend. Well, we win this game, we go to the Rose Bowl.
I think Vandenberg does an excellent job. He's got a laser-like arm. He's got a very strong arm, and he throws a laser-like ball. I want to see us hit some crossing patterns underneath over the middle where he where he just zaps it in there. Not necessarily the arcing deep balls where we have to have touch and timing and maybe experience with those receivers in a comfort level, but
play to his strengths.
I agree, and I think the strength.
So we're talking about Stroh in the middle, across the middle.
I want to see those crossing patterns and hitting them in stride And I tell you what, we need to find our tight ends again. I think we've been keeping them into block a lot. I think they've been staying into block quite a bit. But I'm going to tell you what, I was watching the Indianapolis Colts in the NFL. Dallas Clark. 14 catches on Sunday. 14 catches for 150 some yards. And let me say this,
walk on Dallas Clark. Walk on Dallas Clark.
Now, I'm sure the other team wants to scheme and take Dallas Clark out of the offense. He's Peyton Manning's favorite weapon. But they weren't able to do that. So what I'm saying is I know they're trying to take Moeaki away, but we have to still find a way to get him involved. He's a playmaker. We've got to get the ball in his hands.
All right, folks. Listen, we've had a great little discussion between me and Johnny here to start off the show. And as always, on Roll on Iowa, weekly thing we like to do is a little segment we like to call Skeeby's Keys of the Game, is where we talk to our buddy Skeeby out in Denver. And so let's kick it off, Skeeby's Keys of the Game. Skeeby, hello.
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
You doing good?
Yep.
Welcome to Roll on Iowa. And just like to say that tonight, John is a Hawk fan. I am a Hawk fan. John is a huge Hawk fan. But just to let you know, you guys at home, Skeeby is out right now as we speak with his wife on his wife's birthday. Okay? They are having dinner. And Skeeby is taking the time to sneak off and call us here at Roll on Iowa to give us our weekly scouting report. That is fan dedication as far as I'm concerned. John, what do you have to say to Skeeby?
Hi, Skeeby. Obviously, it's been a difficult stretch here. I've just been so disappointed ever since this has happened. But, I think what we're trying to talk about tonight is how do we pick up the pieces, knowing that we've got one game for the Rose Bowl. And we've, my feeling is Ricky Stanzi being out, God bless him, does not need to affect our defense. It does not need to affect our special teams.
Special teams. I'm not sure.
It does not need to affect.
I didn't hear anything.
Our offensive line.
Your thoughts, Skeevy?
Oh, I absolutely agree. I mean, granted, not having Stanzi with this team anymore for the rest of the regular season is just a huge blow. But again, the defense, they're going to have to win this football game. I guess the one good thing is that Vandenberg, he's going to get all the snaps this week. He's going to be a lot more prepared than he was last week, because clearly last week when he came in the game, he was not ready to go. But it's both sides of the ball. They're just going to have to play error-free football.
Well, and the thing I would bring up to you, Skeevy, is since when has defense not had a lot on his shoulders? I mean, that's been our modus operandi this entire season, is that the defense is going to have to step up and is going to have to get a couple key turnovers in order for us to come out victorious every game. Your thoughts?
Oh, absolutely. The defense is going to have to cause some turnovers. And then on the other side, the offense is going to have some sustained drives. They're going to have to burn some clock, because you can't have that defense out there the whole game and expect them to have that intensity level the whole game, because they'll just get worn down.
They'll get worn down a little bit. How's Denver out there, buddy?
Oh, it's beautiful. I'm outside right now. I think it's supposed to be 70 degrees tomorrow.
70 degrees tomorrow? That's pretty. Now, the other thing I'd like to mention to everybody at home is that Skeevy, whether you know it or not, is actually expecting a little mini Skeebla-dingy. Come along here. Should be here any day now. How's that coming, Skeevy? Coming in?
Oh, yeah. Well, the due date's on Friday.
Due date's on Friday.
Mom,
you know if it's a boy, or girl?
They're all doing good.
The boy or girl, do you know?
No, we don't know.
I got a proposition for you. Let's see if we can get you on record on the air right now.
Yeah.
If the Hawks win the greatest game in Hawkeye football history
for the Rose Bowl
and clinch a berth in Pasadena in the Rose Bowl, and this baby is born, will you name the baby after the MVP of the game? I think you should talk to your wife about that.
How about this? If it's a girl, what about this? If it's a girl, Pasadena Reed.
Pasadena Reed. I like the sound of that.
Yeah,
if it's
nice.
a girl, name her Pasadena. And if it's a boy, name it after the MVP of the game. It might be Adrian Reed.
Yeah.
Or it might be Brandon Reed.
Yeah.
Or it might be James Reed.
James
Reed. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Jim Reed. It might be Darrell.
That's his old man's name.
It might be Darrell Reed.
Yeah.
Marvin Reed.
Yeah. Well, listen, you stew on that one, Skeevy. All right, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, now we're breaking it down right now. Skeevy. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Think of two. Skeevy's keys to the game. Think of two. This is a huge game for us, Reed. We can win it. I believe in the squad. Two things we need to do this Saturday. We do them. It's going to be an immense help. Go.
The two keys. Well, Iowa is going to have success running the football. Absolutely. They cannot put this game, the whole thing, on Vandenberg's shoulders. So they're going to have success running the football, and the defense is going to have to get after Pryor and cause some turnovers.
Key. Absolutely.
Absolutely right.
Absolutely.
This defense is going to they have their backs to the wall. They're going to play with the chip on their shoulder.
Not to mention that this kid can get rattled, and he has been rattled before, and we can rattle him. If anybody's going to rattle him, it's going to be us.
Clearly, Ohio State has made strides over the course of the year, and they're playing well right now. But I watched them get beat by Purdue. I watched that game. They looked awful.
Nice.
They looked awful.
Nice.
And I'm going to tell you what. You get Pat Anger and Adrian Claiborne, and Broderick Binns putting heat on this guy. And you know what? We can.
That's
win
our
this
key.
football
That's
game.
our key. I think he's absolutely right. All right, Skeevy. God bless you.
I just wanted to add one more thing.
One more thing,
I think the biggest key to this game are the coaches.
How
they
so,
are
Skeevy?
going to have to, get this team fired up. I mean, all you have to do is tell these guys, look, nobody thinks you can win this football game. Nobody thinks you can win it. And if you win it, you're going to the Rose Bowl.
Skeevy, God bless you. You're absolutely right. God bless you. Skeevy, we love you. Good luck to the family and the future kid and everything. And we love you, buddy. Listen, he is absolutely right about that. Nobody thinks we can win this game, okay? But